Hi everybody. A lot of my friends have been asking what I've been doing for my testosterone boosting stack, and I've been making pretty good gains in the last year, just making back the gains I made back in college, and just want to talk about some of the testosterone boosting foods that I've been focusing on eating. Let's start on the meats. Everybody knows, if you look on some of the websites, that grass-fed beef is actually an excellent source of protein, an excellent source of zinc. And grass-fed beef also have a good amount of CLA. Next one is talking about zinc is actually oysters. I don't have any right here right now. I did eat all of them. Canned oysters are actually fairly cheap. You can get about a canned oyster for about $2. So possibly eat about 1 to 2 canned oysters a day, because that gives you enough zinc and copper, because zinc and copper are competing minerals. So if you take too much zinc, it's going to deplete you of copper. So actually oysters provide you with a good amount of both. And I would say just about maybe 2 cans of oysters a day, and actually it's not that expensive. Next one I have eggs. So brown, good old fresh, let's see, free-range eggs. You can even get some pasture-raised eggs. They're about like $6 to $7 where I'm at, so maybe a little too expensive. These are about $3.50. So actually very economical. Excellent way to get your protein in. Buy some brown eggs. Make it for breakfast almost every day. That's a staple bodybuilder food. So an excellent source of choline. In some websites, Anabolic Man, I think they really push the choline thing. Let's see, salmon. Salmon's pretty good. Just buy wild. Try not to buy too much farm-raised fish because of the PCBs and whatnot. So if you can afford wild salmon, go for it. Next on the list, I don't have any. Actually, I got it right here. Some good old garlic. They say that about good amount, couple cloves a day can raise test levels by a good amount, so you can give that a try. And onions and garlic, you just incorporate into them when you make your meals, or throw some in the oven and bake it, and then just have a couple a day. And you can do olive oil is an excellent food actually for boosting tests. What you can do is you can bake the garlic cloves and throw it in the olive oil and baste it. It's kind of like Italian style. And when you use your olive oil, you get a little bit of garlic that way. Onions, garlic, I already said it. So let's go on some of the vegetables. I don't have any vegetables right now. I actually used them all and then I juiced the remaining. Asparagus, kale, broccoli. Cruciferous vegetables, excellent source of enol 3-carbinol, which is a aromatase inhibitor. So anytime you lower estrogen levels, it's in turn through negative loop feedback, it's going to boost your test levels. Also going into the aromatase inhibitor, excellent source is mushrooms. White button mushrooms, actually are fairly cheap, $2 for a carton. There are aromatase inhibitors also. Let's talk about a juice. I have my juice right here. What did I juice? I juiced my remaining celery, carrots, beets. I had some broccoli left, or I throw all in there and I juiced it. But when I make it, I usually make my carrots, celery, and beets. Excellent source. All these play an important role in boosting test and reducing estrogen levels. There are some studies showing that eating carrots actually binds to certain estrogens in your GI tract and gets it out of your system. So frequently do my carrots, beets, and celery. And beets are very important because they play a role in nitric oxide. Anytime you boost nitric oxide, then in turn it definitely does play a role. Next area I'm probably going to is some of the fermented foods. So I don't have any kombucha. I drank all my kombucha. I love my kombucha. But next one I have right here is some kimchi, fermented cabbage, excellent source of actually K2. K2 plays an important role in reducing stress, cortisol levels. So kimchi is an excellent. I recommend it improving your GI health. It's an excellent food. So you can read more about K2. Let me see. Talked about our next one is kefir. Kefir, I buy this one, Lifeway brand. I love the taste of it. I buy naturally. You can buy flavored ones. But one good thing, excellent thing about actually this Lifeway brand is it actually includes Lactobacillus reuteri. they're actually adding that into supplements right now, and it's shown to reduce cortisol levels and boost test levels. So easy way to get it in. This is about $5. Another one is butter, grass-fed cow butter, excellent source of CLA, and your cholesterol saturated fats. And don't overdo it. Have some butter here and there. And I love my Skyr, Icelandic Skyr. I buy the whole fat one, and it's an excellent source of protein and probiotics. Let me see. We have my bee pollen here. They say bee pollen is an excellent source of minerals, and it's almost like a multivitamin. And actually, this one, bee pollen, is actually in the Universal's sterile stack. So you can read more about it. I take some bee pollen here and there. So another one I also talk about is zinc. Another important mineral is selenium. How do you get selenium? I have actually a supplement I take a little bit every day, or one bristle nut a day. They recommend one to two bristle nuts a day. It gives you all the selenium you need to take. Another one is olive oil. There was a study on Ergolog suggested that olive oil is actually anti-estrogenic. So add olive oil to your foods. Absolutely, olive oil, butter, and sometimes, rarely, coconut. Coconut oil is what I use. Another mineral before I forget, raisins. Boron, actually, because raisins supply some good amounts of, somewhat amounts of boron. There are some supplements that include boron in it that is supposed to increase test levels, so you can eat some raisins and get your boron that way. Another one I have at the end is coffee. How would I incorporate coffee? I would incorporate coffee to intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting shown to increase androgen receptor density. So you can drink some coffee while you're fasting to curb your appetite and also increase your sensitivity of your androgen receptors. Thus, the testosterone boosted is going to be more effectively used. So coffee. Now we're talking about intermittent fasting. What I also do in the mornings is that take my forskolin. Forskolin plays a role in cyclic AMP production. So in the morning, I take my forskolin, have some coffee, and I definitely feel pretty damn well. And also forskolin will help you lean out while you doing intermittent fasting. Going to the supplements, since we ended up there, is Butea. Butea actually, there's this Thai guy. Had some DHT levels through the roof from taking Butea. It was taken actually for hair loss. So a lot of people are actually experimenting with this right now because it's boosting DHT levels. DHT actually is a more anabolic hormone and it could result in better muscular gains possibly, which is argumentative. Examine.com says there's no confounding information on that. Ashwagandha is an excellent adaptogenic. I take, this is a KSM 66. It's kind of a little more on the expensive side. Ashwagandha. I'm experimenting with that right now. Ashwagandha and DHEA. So ashwagandha I take twice a day. And I'm taking 5 milligram DHEA. And some people might say, oh, DHEA, that's going to increase your estrogen levels. According to Ray Peat, very well-known, respected scientist or nutritionist, whatnot, suggests that 5 milligram DHEA a day, twice a day, is just enough to increase your test levels without increasing your estrogen levels. So some people are going to say, oh, anytime you increase your test, it's going to amortize the estrogen. Not necessarily if you are doing the right things in the aromatase inhibiting department and taking enough zinc and not having too much body fat. It's not going to convert to estrogen. I mean, a lot of this is hard to find in 5 milligram. A lot of the supplements are at least 25 to 50 milligrams. So go for 5 milligrams. It's not that expensive. This was about 12 or 13 bucks or something. So another supplement I have is Tongkat Ali. It is an excellent libido increaser, and also I believe it does boost test levels in a lot of supplements. Another one I don't have, but it's called mucuna. Very recommended in the anabolic man stack is mucuna, forskolin, and ashwagandha. And so mucuna is another one you can experiment with. I think that's it, guys. And if you have any questions, shoot them my way. I will try to cover more the supplements I take. And before I forget, creatine and L-carnitine should be your staple. L-carnitine is shown to increase androgen receptor density, and creatine is excellent at building muscle, increasing ATP levels, and also supposed to increase DHT levels. There was one study that says that it's about 50% DHT increase. And L-carnitine I take in the morning while I do intermittent fasting for fat burn and androgen receptor density increasing. So give these a try. Shoot me any questions, and I probably will do a video on a detox next. Thank you.